You got to remember how we got here. For decades and decades, and I've been talking about this subject for 12 years, long before I ever thought of becoming a politician. How good was that? That's a lot of fun. I could have had the easiest, nicest life, Al. I would have had the nicest, softest life instead I have to beat these lunatics up all day long. Every day. Every day, lunatics. I never heard of the word indictment. Now I get indicted like every 3 days. He spoke badly about the election. He must be indicted. He said something bad about Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the most corrupt president and most incompetent president we've ever had. Oh, no. No, I shouldn't have said that. I'm going to get indicted again for saying that. For decades, you've watched rotten and crooked politicians like Biden treat American jobs as disposable and American workers as expendable. They sat back and got rich by taking bribes to let other countries rape and pillage our jobs and our wealth. That's what happened. Joe Biden claims to be the most pro-union president in history. Nonsense. Think of it. His entire career, just think of it. His entire career has been an act of economic treason and union destruction. He's destroyed unions, shipping millions of American jobs overseas while personally taking money from foreign nations hand over fist. Look at the money he got from China. Look at what's coming out, China. Crooked Joe backed NAFTA. He backed China's entry into the World Trade Organization. He backed the horrendous Trans-Pacific Partnership, which would have destroyed the American auto industry had I not stopped it. You remember when I stopped it? You guys were gone.
So there's the man himself, folks. The Trumpster, the Don. That's right, folks. Take a look at that picture. Just take a look at this picture. Look at that face. Look at that physique. Isn't that great? That's a man's man, folk. A man's man. He's coming up on 80 years old. A few years shy of that, folks. Compare him. Robust, energetic, handsome, eyes open, rearing to go. Compare that to Slowpoke Joe. Folks, at this point in time here, early January, he is really in the polls. He is leading Biden by a lot. We're going to go over all those polls. And that's what we have on tap for you today, folks. That's right. Here on the Dr. Nassar Shake Show. I'm your host, Dr. Nassar, where I give you my political prescription from my political perspective of what happens when Donald Trump collides with the media, academia, Hollywood, entertainment, social media, the press, the alphabet networks. Let's get to what Donald is doing in the polls. And that little piece that we saw, the video piece, folks, wasn't that something unbelievable? Where he basically talks about that every time he opens his mouth, he gets indicted. He goes to the bathroom. He gets indicted. Oh, you left the toilet seat up. We're going to indict you. You know what they say? You can indict a ham sandwich. Anyways, let's continue with this. So we got this here. President leading Joe Biden in the key swing state of Michigan, according from recent data from a Zogby poll shows. It says, and let's go to this thing here. Double digit. Here it is. Interactive polls shows Trump up by 3 in Michigan. He's up by 12, folks, in Iowa. Up by 12. It's not the only survey that's showing that he's leading Biden in key states. In December, this is CNN now. CNN showed that Trump not only Biden in Michigan, but he was boasting a double-digit lead, 50-40. 50-40, folks. That was CNN poll. And here it is right here. Now, when you add RFK Jr. and West, 6%, it's 8. So, what they're talking about that West and all these other people in the polls are going to siphon away from Trump. Well, if they're siphoning away from Trump, if he's at 50, and now that's an 11% drop, but he's still up by 8 over Biden, because Biden has also dropped 9 points. So if he's going to take from both of them, whether it's going to be RFK Jr. or Senior West from Cornell, if their guys are going to run, hey. And here in Georgia, he's up by 5. Now, if you add in RFK and West, he's up by 8. So he falls only 7 points when you add in the others. And Biden goes from 44 to 34. He drops by 10. But overall, he's up by 8 when you add in the others. And then it goes on to say, in the month prior now, go back to November, Bloomberg News Morning Consult poll showed Biden was leading in 6 swing states: Arizona, Georgia, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. In that poll, Trump was tied in Michigan. So here it was. This is back in November, folks. Georgia, up by 7. Up by 4 in Arizona, 3 in PA, 3 in Nevada, 1 in Wisconsin, 9 in North Carolina. I guess they had a Breitbart News interview. He says Trump hopes that Biden is going to be the nominee, but he has a difficult time believing he will actually be the nominee. That's probably Trump just, needling the Dems, needling the libs, the leftists, all that. Who knows? I firmly believe, though, if in this last 8-9 months leading up into the election, if he's been there right now for 3 years plus, there's no way they're taking him off the ticket. There would have to be something unbelievable to happen, because they're just going to keep him away as much as possible, try to deal with the day-to-day stuff as much as possible, and just keep him away. Debate-wise, that's what's going to be interesting. I think Trump would probably want to have 3 or more debates. I think these guys are just going to try to stall, and do one. Maybe even they could get away with doing none, folks. The press isn't going to say anything. Well, they might say a little bit, but Anyways, Trump goes, the guy can't talk. The guy can't put 2 sentences together. So he does think, I can't believe he's going to be the nominee. I hope he is, Trump said, but I can't believe he's going to be the nominee. Anyways, folks, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nassar Shake Show. I've been your host, Dr. Nassar, and if you haven't done so already and you like the content, subscribe to the channel. We'd really love to have you do that. You know why? Like, share, and follow us. You all know what to do. Take a look at our other video links above and below. My final thought is always, when you're right, you're right. When you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.